Hey guys, hang on 1 second, I'll be right down. Man, I really thought that would work. Oh well, while I'm down here, I want to take a moment and thank you all so much for listening. Your support means a lot to us. If you feel like helping us out, then consider liking or subscribing, or even as simple as leaving a comment for us down below. And if you're feeling extra generous, we have a page on Patreon at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Come by, join the party, and be a hero.
Across our universe, a special significance is often bestowed upon the third planet from a star. Earth, Kepler 186, and Centauri Prime to name a few. In the Pathfinder universe, another third planet exists, the world of Golarion.
Golarion is a striking blue and green jewel against the backdrop of the void. Clouds of white and grey dance across its atmosphere, forming ever-changing patterns over the continents. Vibrant blue oceans reflect the golden sunlight, while its lush green landmasses are marked by vast forests, rolling hills, and towering mountain ranges.
Golarion is a world of contrast and complexity, from ancient ruins that hold undead civilizations to vibrant, multicultural cities of the living. Golarion is a place of magic and mysteries, where legends come to life, and a captivating narrative of cultures, ancestries, and histories weave an incredible tapestry.
Join us in the heart of the Pathfinder universe, a hub of magic and myth, where ancient gods and fabled creatures shape its destiny. Join us for tales of long-lost treasures, nefarious villains, and heroic alliances that will shape the fate of the world and become known as the Wayfinder Legends.
Last time on Wayfinder Legends.
Ha-ha! In the last episode, someone just got clawed real good like. Plame, you just got clawed for maximum damage, 6 points. Ow! Ah, indeed. He reached through the bars and clawed you. Okay, the other skeleton is going to reach through the bars and try and claw at you. Inara?
Okay. I don't think that's going to work very well.
Yeah. You might get cover from the flail that's wrapped around, stuck in there from your critical fail.
So, he is reaching through the bars, he's clawing at you, and gets a nat 20.
Oh no!
You're sitting there going, ugh, trying to mess with that flail, and this hand just reaches through and just slices you.
Ow. Okay.
That is going to be, I rolled another one. That's going to be 6 points.
Whew. Thank goodness.
Bad.
Yeah, so you got a total of 9 damage right now. Yeah, there's now a big, long scratch down your breastplate. And that puts us back to the top of the round. Inara?
Okay. I'm now at 15 points of damage. Or
No.
hit points. Sorry. So Inara is going to give up on the flail. This is why I use swords. And then she will step around the corner and then swing at the one that just clawed it.
Attack. All right, go for it.
That is a 4.
Ooh, you miss. Those darn bars. You swing and he hit one.
I rolled a 6, so not great. So I'm like in the hallway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that stinks.
Okay.
All right, Boddy, what you gonna do?
Boddy is concerned for his friends. There's not much he can do tactically, but he's going to use Recall Knowledge to see what these things might be weak to.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to use Knowledge Arcana for that. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
He got a 16 on that check.
Ooh, that would be good enough. You know that most weapons are kind of crud against them, except bludgeons.
Bludgeons. All right, so in that regard, he's going to use an action to swap to his silvered mace he just found, which is new for him. And he's going to step up right next to it, and that's going to be his turn. It's his 3 actions.
All right.
So he's next to that skeleton, going to try to help Inara.
So is he not going to share that information?
Yeah, he's not going to do it. Yeah, he'll do it after. Just don't worry about it.
Okay, so Plame attempts to tumble through the space of that skeleton that's right in front of him and come out the side and knock.
Oh, behind her?
Yeah, well, not behind her, beside her.
Well, what are the rules on that, Hal?
So it is a acrobatics trait, so the acrobatics skill check.
Okay.
And just because of some of my skills. I get a +2 to that.
Is it called tumble?
Yeah, it's called tumble through.
You stride up to your speed. During this movement, you can try to move through the space of one enemy. Attempt an acrobatics check against the enemy's reflex DC. As soon as you try to enter its space, you can tumble through using climb, fly, swim, or another action instead of stride in the appropriate environment. On success, you move through the enemy's space, treating the square in its space as if it were difficult terrain. Basically, it costs double. If you don't have enough speed to move all the way through, you get the same effect as a failure. And the failure is your movement just ends and you trigger reactions as if you had moved out of the square you started in. So roll me that check.
All right, so this is an acrobatics check +2.
Yes, and it's a reflex DC, that is oddly high for a skeleton.
So that would be a 13.
Ooh, that is not good enough.
Oh, no. Okay, so I
Dang it.
go to roll, and he just kicks me in the face, and I kind of jump
go.
back up.
Ha! Right into his thigh and stumble back into the oh no.
Well, that didn't work, but, practice makes perfect. Let's try that again.
All right.
Second action. So this is a much better.
Is it a penalty if we do the same extra? Only attack?
Only attack actions, yeah.
So this is a modified 22.
Okay.
There we go.
Will work.
Learned from his mistake.
It's like, you got to go around them. Oh, that's my fault.
They're not ghosts.
No, he stepped just at the inopportune time. So, all right. So he is now standing beside Inara.
So you roll and you pop up, and then a jail cell.
And that's fine.
Are either of these skeletons to the look damaged?
No.
Well, let's see if we can fix that. So for my third action, I'm going to swing up my dog slicer and see if I can hit it.
Go for it.
21 modified.
Oh, that is a clear.
For 7 points of damage. It's slashing damage if that makes a difference.
Yeah, you go right between his ribs. Do you chip a rib? Oh, you take one out. Okay, Fawin, what you doing?
Telekinetic projectile toward the skeleton that's there on the right, the one that's kind of out in the hallway just a tiny bit.
Okay.
I'm in the way.
Cover. Just kind of an FYI. He's got some cover.
Behind me.
What's the worst thing that could happen?
Here.
We're going to open up hot with my Dice Slayer dice from a live show gift.
Nice.
A modified 16.
That would have put, except there was someone in the way.
Granting cover.
So what are you throwing now?
So when Fawin...
I was about to say, there were these 4 cabinets here that you guys shattered the stuff in them.
Yeah, so, and she just flings this metal.
There's a chunk of shelf just comes flying across.
Way back in the episode, you created an evil house rule about if you miss by the cover, you hit the cover.
Mm-hmm. What is wrong with you?
Don't worry, I was about to bring it up.
For those who don't remember, a few episodes back, Stacy has an evil house rule.
Yes. If something gives someone cover and you miss by that cover adjustment, then the cover gets hit. Now, normally that's like a tree or a wall, or in this case, an Inara. How much damage does that thing do?
It's minimal.
No, what's the...
2d6.
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 I will roll me some damage and half it.
Okay.
I'll even let you round down because I'm in a good mood.
Okay, that's good. 5 points of damage, rounded down would be 2.
So 2.
Okay.
Okay, so Inara, you go to stab, the bars of the cell are in the way. Quang! And you pull back your sword, and about that time, somebody snuck up and hit you in the back of the head. He's got a buddy somewhere.
Now, do I know that it is Fawin? Or am I
you're
completely...
just sitting there, and this chunk of wood goes, bam, right into the back of your head. Only 2 points.
Be careful. Things aren't stable.
I do an insight check to see if I know what he did, or is there not enough?
Man, that sounds like it would take an action. So that was Fawin.
Real quick, that was a 2 action.
Oh, that was a 2 action.
2 action.
An action left.
And for 1 action left, she pulls her regular sling off her belt.
Oh, skeleton time. Oh, dang. First things first. This fella that seems to be having great luck at being missed, he's going to step in here and he's going to reach through the bars to play. And the bars, he can't quite reach it through the bars. It just comes up shy.
I can see that. That's so good.
Oh, good.
Scary.
It was a modified 16 and you have an 18 armor class. So yeah, he's just, the hands are right in front of you there. Other skeleton, who's he going to go? Odds and evens. Evens. Oh, Boddy. Yay. He turns on you.
Gosh dang it.
Ooh, and that is a 19.
That does hit, just barely.
You get barely hit for 3 points. He reaches through and just scratches you across the cheek. It's just kind of, you see those little teeth moving.
Body crazy yank his head out of the way, but not quick enough.
Yeah. Okay, Inara, people are attacking you from every possible angle here. What do you do?
First, she's gonna yell out and be like, "Guys, I think this place is coming down. We better get out of here." And she is gonna try and get that flail untangled, and then she's gonna run because she genuinely thinks the place is coming down.
Okay, roll me a dex check.
Okay. 11?
That's not good enough. The flail was still tangled.
Okay.
You can try again if you want.
Am I on? Was that my first action?
That's like an action. Yeah,
Okay.
to see if you can do it in one act.
I guess she'll just give up on the flail. She doesn't care that much. She likes her sword better with a, player knowledge of 7 intelligence. She thinks the place is collapsing. So she's going to run down the hallway, grab Wargy, and shove past Fawin. Hey, let's get out of here.
Okay, I'm going to say one action to get down here,
Okay.
and another action to get Wargy, because he's like backing up like, what the heck
Okay.
is wrong with you, lady?
That would be 3 then.
Boddy sees the Plame is kind of in trouble. He reaches onto his belt where he has the Morning Star, the silvered Morning Star.
Oh.
And he tosses it to Plame as an action. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Try this. He throws that to you, and then he will move around this skeleton. So now Plame and Boddy are flanking this skeleton.
Nice.
That's 2 actions. His third action, he's just going to take a whack at this thing with his
Flanking gives it, is it a +2?
I think it's a -2 to their AC.
-2 to AC.
Off guard is the turn. So 7 + 6 is 13. Does that hit his modified armor class?
His modified armor class was 14. So it's those dang bars. Poke.
They're trouble.
They're trouble.
Right, there we go.
All right, Plame, someone just threw a Morning Star.
I reach up and snatch it out of the air.
He is pretty dexterous.
Does have the dexterity.
He'll quickly realize, the smashing damage much better than trying to cut these bones up. So he's going to swap weapons. So that'll be an action. Does it take an action to catch the Morning Star? Or is that all part of swapping the weapon?
You literally just drop your weapon, let it hit the floor, all counted as one action.
Okay, I'll do that. And then he'll take the Morning Star and whip it around and smash down on this off-guard skeleton's skull.
Do it.
So that's 9 on the dice. So it's going to be a +7, so 16.
That will hit for sure.
Die 6.
Yep.
So that would be 7 points of damage.
Oh yeah, he is gone.
Nice.
Yeah, you put him into the negatives. Shatters the skull, and the rest of the skeleton just clump.
Boddy kind of like jerks back in surprise. Worked a lot better than he thought it would. Go Plame.
And yeah, well,
So that was one action left. Plame is going to move basically the square in front of Fawin.
All right, Fawin, there's a goblin running at you with a Morning Star.
Knowing that's not the one the accident happened to earlier, and from past history, Fawin takes a deep breath and realizes, okay, it's probably all right. And what she does do is cast Infectious Enthusiasm, is a 2-action cantrip that she encourages herself, we could do this, we got this, we got this. And she's talking mostly to herself, but an ally within 30 feet that can see you doing that can also receive the same bonus that I take.
Oh, excellent. So everyone's within 30 feet.
Yes.
Which ally do you choose?
Can you only pick one?
Well,
Or is it everyone?
this is where there's a little bit of a debate. It does, you share your motivation with your allies, an ally who can see you and is within 30 feet also gets.
Oh, that's so
That's
self-controversial.
Right.
Self-controverting.
It's
Not a very well written rule.
yes,
Yeah.
They should have put a Y on the end of that N. So it'd be any ally. that
any
can-
ally. I think that's what they meant.
What does our GM think? It's important.
What level spell is this?
It's a cantrip.
As a cantrip, I'll give it to 1.
Yeah. In my mind's eye, I was thinking Inara because she's right there, but then Plame moved over and Boddy's facing the same way. So
And what effect does it have?
they receive the same +1 bonus that I do to either attack rolls, will saves, or charisma-based checks. And Fawin's going to choose an attack roll. She's psyching herself up with the sling. You got this, you got this, you got this.
Well, maybe that might get Inara back in the fight.
Exactly. That's
So
kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd also take this time to mention that Fawin's been messing up guidance for many episodes.
Do tell.
So once you give guidance to someone, they're immune to further guidance for an hour.
Yeah, I looked that up. I was going to mention it the next time you cast.
So I was going to offer up to the DM that since there happened to be 7 times that I broke that rule, I'm just giving guidance out like candy.
Yeah, everybody got it at least twice.
Yeah, that perhaps I just take a minus on my next 7 rolls for that kind of thing to clear fate.
Okay, 7 roll.
Okay.
We'll make a note.
Okay.
And just to point out, the other way of tempting fate is to go campaigning with a goblin.
Pretty much.
Oh, you're kidding this entire group.
It's very true.
We are misfits. I love it.
Very.
So she casts infectious enthusiasm, right? With a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, and maybe Inara hears her say, "We got this. We got this. Come on, we can do it. We got this. We got this. We've been practicing." And then for her last action, she is going to use the sling, regular, mundane, off the belt sling,
Old-fashioned sling. Go for it.
and that God, bounced off a 20 to an 8. So -1 for my penalty of guidance makes it
An 8 still, because you have the +1 from the cheering.
Yes, exactly. It was total of that is a 12.
Okay, that hits the bar, just bing, goes flying off. That skeleton, he's slow apparently. He's been watching you, Boddy, run around. And he comes stumbling out. That's his first action. And then his second action is he's going to try and claw you.
Of course he is.
That is a bad 20. This guy is dangerous.
It was like a warrior in his other life.
Yeah. Well, these were bandits. This must have been the bandit chief. Because this guy is good.
Dang it.
That is going to be 10 points.
Oh,
Yeah, Boddy.
concept.
Ouch. All right. And then the next one, because he's just going to use a double attack.
Wait. Oh, he's gonna attack twice?
Yeah, well, that's one action to get there, one action to attack, one action to attack again.
Gross.
And the next one is a 3. No way that hits you. Not even close. But he got you good, man, right across the face.
Body recoils from that strike.
Yeah, you're hurting.
You see his eyes narrow at this thing.
We're back to the top of the round. Inara,
You're like,
you're feeling very enthused by
Are-
all this cheering.
are you within arm's reach of me?
I think so.
Pretty much.
You
Okay.
run right up there. You were going to...
So she's gonna grab Fawin by the shoulders and just start shaking her. We got this. We got this, girl.
Yes, exactly.
Your enthusiasm is just infectious.
Nice.
It takes Fawin a second, and, as you reach out to grab her, she's like, "What? No, it was an accident. Oh, yeah." That spell works better than I thought it would.
And then
Yes.
So, and she's gonna run down the hallway.
Okay.
And
Back into battle?
1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5. There's your movement.
And start hitting this thing with the sword.
Go for it.
She doesn't know that it doesn't work very well, but
I think she can power through it, literally.
14.
That will
+1 for
Oh, yeah.
It's a 15, but will miss by 1. You wheel back, you hit one of those bars,
I'll just go for another swing. This will be a -5, right?
Yep, correct.
That's an 11.
Dang it.
She stabs him right in the back. It goes right between his ribs and comes right back out. Didn't do a lick of damage. Okay, Boddy, what are you going to do about this?
Boddy is going to take a 5-foot step sideways. Then he is going to charge up a spell strike on this thing. He's going to hold the flail out and extend his hand and speak a few arcane sounds. And flames will spring forth from his hand and engulf his weapon. And he's going to bash this thing.
Go for it.
With his light hammer. Ooh, for a 21.
Oh, that is a clear hit.
Sweet. Ignition. Does 2d6 if you use it for melee. So it's 3d6 total damage. I'm rolling real quick.
Okay. Roll the physical and the fire damage separately.
Okay.
All right. So
The flail damage, which is bashing, 4 points of damage.
okay, he's still up.
Fire damage, 2d6 is 10 points of damage.
They have damage resistance of 5 versus slashing, piercing, fire, cold.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff. But he will have taken a total of 8 points, which is 3 more than he has hit points. So shatter this dix. He is now a pile of bones and rags.
Charred bones and rags.
Yes.
I don't think Inara did anything.
She
Just
provided.
got the flail wrapped up in the bars, and then she just couldn't hit anything.
You
But
smashed two earlier, or smashed
Yeah.
one earlier.
Yeah. You smashed one with the flail, and then you got it cut.
Oh,
Alrighty.
and you performed a very vital service of absorbing a bunch of damage that would have probably killed the rest of us.
Yeah.
And that
Some from the teammates, too. But she doesn't know that.
Okay.
Is she still enthusiastically motivated?
It is. It's a one and done type of thing.
Okay. So that is the end of combat. You guys are now out of combat. I will point out, Inara, you have 13 hit points left, according to my
Yes.
calculations. You took 11 points of damage. You, Boddy, have 5 hit points left.
Yep.
Clawed your face up.
Yeah,
Good.
I got wrecked.
Body's sucking up all our health potions, I tell you.
No, he's been healing himself.
Yeah, Boddy.
But I have to wait for a while now. I think I just healed myself not too long ago.
Still another 20 minutes or so of game time.
At least.
probably.
I'm not sure. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plame has taken 6 points, and Fawin, you got a little scratch?
Uh-huh.
A whole point?
It's a little long.
It got a paper cut or
Yeah.
a book.
She chipped a nail.
When she was casting the spell that hit Inara, she banged her elbow right on the funny bone.
That hurts so much, man.
Body's gonna walk up and pick up Plame's dog slicers.
As he walks over there, Inara's going to look at him and slap him really hard on the back. Good job, man. You're good at this.
Some blood shoots out of his neck. Right. Before he walks over to Plame, to give him back his dog slicer, he says to Inara, he says, "I'm glad you went over there to get some encouragement from Fawin. What made you think this place is falling down?"
Oh, there was a massive rock that hit the back of my head. Did you not see that?
Body kind of makes a weird face. I must have missed it. That's
Is there... She turns her head and there's like a little bump that you can see.
big knot. I did not see that. He goes, "Well, that's strange." And
Yeah, it looked like the place was collapsing. That's why I was getting out of here.
he's like, "Well, let's keep an eye out for that." He walks over to Plame and he hands him the dog slicer and the light hammer. He says, "This might be better for what you do if we face these things again. I'll take that Morning Star."
Yep.
The light hammer. It's cool because it's agile as well, and he can throw it 20 feet. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
There's a flail, a light hammer, a mace, and a morning star. And who has which now?
I had the flail,
Shit.
but it's around the bars.
So Body has the Morning Star. Does anybody have the mace?
I had the mace too. I had the Morning Star, the mace, and the light hammer. Because the only person that wanted one was Inara. So yeah.
He's just got a backpack full of weapons. He's like a weapon valet over here.
So Plame is going to walk down to that room at the end again and just kind of search it real quick to see if there's anything of interest.
Here you find a bunch of crushed up bones.
Zip.
Yep. And some chains, manacles hanging from the walls.
Gross.
Yeah.
Inara is going to begin collecting as many little bones as she can and giving them to Hawaii.
Wow.
She's going to keep them in a little bag. She'll give them a couple right now.
You got a bag of dog treats now.
hobgoblin hands are a bad idea, but human bone is fire.
She also is going to snap off the skull and put that in her backpack. It's going to be my new bug.
Okay.
So we've explored all the doors in this area, right?
Yeah, you have explored everything in the north, because there's a north building, a south building, and like a little courtyard in between them.
And we left from the goblin dogs and came around
To the north building.
the north building,
So
and then
this
we
is-
went all over here.
Yeah, this was the last thing in the north building.
So I think Plame's going to talk to the group and say,
Hey, is anybody else hungry? He's been in this place for quite a while. I mean, he haven't eaten since lunch.
I could always eat. I'm always hungry.
Boddy, I know you probably know, but that gash on your upper neck there, that looks really bad.
He looks at you and like with and his ears kind of peeled back. Gee, I hadn't noticed. And he said he like touches his neck and pulls the blood away on his hand. And he's like, "Yeah, I think you're onto something."
I love how we're starting to pick up on like when the ears go down, he's like angry and frustrated. That's really cool.
Yeah, he's like, and he's little. You can see he's a little concerned, but he's more just like frustrated that the thing got a hold of him twice.
That was a vicious one. It was bigger
yeah.
than this.
Body's taken more damage, I think, than anybody in this.
Yeah.
This campaign so far.
We're definitely a crit.
Inara is a close second, but you are the crit magnet.
Yeah, it's great. It's exactly what I made him for. Not.
Oh, well, Plame, I don't think we should rest here. I mean, I don't want to rest here in the cells.
I mean, Warble's out there with the campfire going, and it looked like she had something in the pot, so...
The goblin's got a point. We should go back and eat.
To, like, in camp with the... out...
Boddy looks at Fawin and smiles. She says, "Oh, I'm sure you'll love goblin stew."
Everyone's just looking at her now.
Yeah, everyone's staring at you like, "What? What's the problem?"
Yes, of course. I'm sure it'll be delightful.
I mean, if you prefer to camp here, there's at least some nice little alcoves.
You look over and the dog runs by with a human mandible in its mouth.
Well, yeah, no, that's probably a good idea, but well, we can head back that way, I suppose.
Boddy walks back to look over the remains because Plame had already been looking, and he says, nothing down here of interest in.
Nothing that I found.
Just poor prisoners, probably heretics in the eyes of these knights. Not the best way to go."
So yes, dead heretics, probably bandits. Well, you know, Hell Knights are known for their leniency and mercy, hence the name.
Just to be sure, detect magic.
All right.
Do I sense any magic?
All right, the magic is, well, it was all in those cabinets.
Okay, so nothing over here by these cells.
Yeah, there was some elixirs and some stuff. Looks like a crystal and a cat and a scroll and stuff that y'all got out of these cabinets earlier.
Cool. Did you get the flail off of the bars?
No, that's what I was going to say. She's been working on for a little bit. She's just tugging at it, trying to figure out a good angle to get it out of there. So I don't know if you want me to make a strength or a dex.
Roll me a strength
Okay.
check. No, make it an athletics check. What the heck?
That's a 26.
She plants her feet and just goes, so she braces her feet and just, and the entire bar just comes right out of the cell. What though is still wrapped around it? It's still tied there. It's just that, okay. She now has a flail tied to a big rusted metal paw.
So
She just starts, are you kidding me?
So Boddy walks over and he says, I like puzzles and untangling things, and so he wants to make an intelligence check to try to undo it.
Go for it.
Natural 2. So he looks at it. He's like, nope, it's stuck.
Yeah, I know.
What else want you to try?
yeah, Plame will look at it.
Okay, go.
Why not? Here, use Dex.
I'll use that. Okay.
21.
Oh.
Plame walks up and looks at it and goes, and he kind of puts his hand like in a little circle around the morning stars and grabs the bar and just slides it out.
It just slides out, dude.
How did you do that? Are you a magician?
Ta-da!
His body's ears go up and his eyes go wide. He goes, oh, that. Clever.
Normally, I can just pull things or hit them and it works out, but...
I think it would have worked if the bars weren't so rusty.
That's a
That's
good
what we're
point.
going to blame.
Fawin is still looking back at Inara, looking back at the ripped out bar, looking back at Inara, looking back at the ripped out bar. Holy moly.
So Boddy, he rubs that gash he's got and says, well, maybe some goblin stew doesn't sound so bad. I could use some time to patch up.
And if it doesn't work, I mean, I'm sure it'll be great. But like, if you can't quite see the angle, we have some arcane aid that might help you too, if you absolutely need it. But
Right. Whatever fixes my cut, I'm good with.
yeah, we'll let you try first with your needle and thread.
Right, it's going to be a while. Let's get out of this place if we can. Avoid any more painful experiences for the moment.
And then maybe we could talk with Warble because, Plame, there were some things that you kind of mentioned after the fact that might have been nice to know beforehand. The doom shell and the things under the bed.
Yeah, like I said, we didn't ask.
Yeah, we should ask some things.
All right. So from the cell, you go down to the big long room full of bookshelves, through the little office that had the daddy warg in it, through the courtroom, and you can just either keep going back to where the goblin dogs were, or just crawl out the big hole in the wall.
The turtle's still in that hole, in that water, right?
Well, there's two holes in the wall. The one on the north has a turtle. The one on
Yeah.
the east is just a hole.
Let's avoid the turtle hole.
As Fawin walks into that room, she says in Draconic, "Just passing through. No trouble. Thank you."
Okay. The birdfish pays you no mind.
Yeah. Boddy keeps an eye on that pool as he walks by.
That didn't Plame just kind of walks up and out through the hole.
All right.
Inara, did you get Wargy?
Yeah, of course. She's gonna grab Wargy on the way out and just let him play with some of the bones that she's collected.
So about 100 yards out or so, Warble has cleared a little area, and she's set up a fire, and she's got like a little tripod with a pot, and she's cooking some kind of stew in there, just cooking away. You see she's like got her bedroll out. She's camping. She's having fun out here, just out in the woods. And she lifts up. Ah, you've returned. What about my bumble brashers? Did you find them?
There's been no sign yet.
Oh, this is very disturbing.
But we found this cute little guy. She holds up the ward.
She like backs away and her eyes get big. You hear just sucking air. Yes, that is diplomacy check. Yeah, that's nice.
His name's Wargy. He's the sweetest.
Yeah, and you look down at Wargy. He's like, he's like growling. The lips are all peeled back and the ears are down. She's like, yes, it's very nice.
Baldwin slips over kind of behind Inara and says, "Inara, most goblins," glances at Plame, "most goblins don't have a very good affinity with canines. They're very afraid of them and quite scared. So, Wargy, I know you think he's cute, but he's probably terrifying Warble right now."
Oh, okay.
Yes, maybe we should find some place to keep him safe. A nice pit, maybe.
Inara shakes her head.
So I'm just shocked that Inara knows what affinity or canine is. I was expecting her to say something like, goblins don't have fins.
Yeah. Boddy's like... Boddy walks past the stew and kind of peeks in. Does it look like normal food or like crazy goblin food?
It's bits of meat and looks like some berries and tubers that she's dug up.
Okay. So Boddy takes a sniff and says, right, I'm going to clean up before dinner. That smells really good. Do you mind if we share?
Oh, I was making it for all of you. As a celebration feast when you find my bumble brash.
So
Plame looks at Inara and says, maybe you might want to tie Wargy up to a tree over there.
Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Something heavy.
Is there a tree that... Because I do have rope
Yeah.
that I previously tied around him.
True. There
So-
is a rather large tree that's nearby.
Okay. So she's kind of gonna set up a little spot for him over there.
And as you're doing
put
that,
out
you hear some hissing at you.
from
Look. Well, there's a rat whose back's about high. There's a goblin dog in the woods.
dogs were out there with her.
Yeah. And it backs away, and Warble's petting it. Shh, shh, shh. Calm down. Calm down.
Fawin looks at Boddy with like, "Are you for real? Are you really? Are you sure? Is it a good idea still?" That's kind of the look on her face.
Boddy catches the look from Fawin, and he's like looking at her like, "What are you asking me for?" His ears go up and his eyes go wide, and he looks over at the wargie and puts his hand on his chest like, "Me?" He says, "What are you looking at me like that for?"
And then Fawin kind of gestures toward Wargie. "Yeah, kill us in our sleep, I know." And then she gestures over toward the goblin dog. "But, kill us when we're awake. Plus all the vomiting could come back."
What does any of this have to do with me?
"You're the one who said it'd be nice. Let's go out there. We'll have a good meal. We'll get some rest."
Well, I want food, and I gotta clean myself up.
Okay, I'm going to think about this for a little bit. Fawin kind of walks off to the side.
But Boddy says, "Oh, or the alternative, go back into the Hellknight Death Castle."
Well, at least it's got walls, she says kind of frustratedly.
And Boddy just takes out his water skin, shakes his head, dumps water on himself, and starts washing off all the blood from his injuries. And then he casts prestidigitation to just clean everything off of himself before he starts working on his wound.
Warble's just sitting there with big eyes watching the two of you back and forth.
Yeah. So Inara is making a whole setup by this tree, putting out the bat meat that she collected earlier, putting out the bow.
Yes, bat meat. Oh, if only I had known.
He's tied up to the tree. She lays out her bedroll or whatever and has like a whole setup over there. Goes and sits down with him. And then pours her flask into the skull that she pulled out earlier.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Without cleaning it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Calls for.
Please roll me a fortitude check.
Okay.
She's gonna succeed.
Modified 23.
And I thought,
I got the DC at 20 because that was just nasty. This is like bits of dried brain and...
And
the Plame's going to go ahead and walk over to Warble and pick up a bowl and grab a bowl of soup or stew.
Yeah.
And just kind of sit down and
she'll
around the
happily,
fire and start eating. And just
she'll happily lay it out. You see her kind of kick a book underneath some of her sleeping furs. And she ladles out 5 bowls, one for each of you, plus herself.
With a roll of a 15, did Fawin notice the sly motion of the book?
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Does Boddy notice that as well?
Give me a perception.
Gosh dang it. That'd be 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone sits down, get yourself a nice big bowl of stew, I assume. Everybody's set or...
Yeah.
Fawin reluctantly comes back over as everyone sits down, realizing that she, needs to be the...
That's a 19 on the old cooking check. It smells good.
Boddy waits until Warble's back is turned to her book, and he quietly casts a mage hand and pulls that book to himself without her noticing.
Oh, good. All right.
He looks at it, and what does he see?
You have that hidden there because she turns back around real quick. And so is everyone eating? And
Yeah. So in fact, when Plame's eating, he kind of sits back and kind of relaxes and gets a little bit of a misty look on his face.
oh, just like Mommy used to make.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're all just sitting there eating,
Very cautiously eating.
and Warble's just smiling, and he's like, "Oh yes, yes, everyone likes the kitten meat."
Boddy keeps on.
She probably knows how to cook ward.
You have a cat, right?
Oh my god.
Where's Mesmer? Have we seen Mesmer?
That's awesome. Oh my. This tastes like magic.
Just add magic.
Wayfinder Legends is a production of Red Dirt RPG LLC, and all original characters and artwork are the property of their respective creators. The Age of Ashes Adventure Path was originally produced by Paizo Publishing, and all Paizo titles, characters, and artwork are used with respect under the guidelines of the OGL and ORC gaming licenses. If you like what you've heard, join the party at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. You'll get additional content, Discord access, quarterly gifts, and more. Join the party at patreon.com/reddirtdnd.
Welcome
All right.
to Wayfinder Legends.
Yeah. Why do we automatically all start pitching our voices down?
I don't know why.
That's kind of odd. In the last episode, someone just got clawed real good like.
The warg.
There was... Let's see here. Okay. There we go. Hope you enjoyed my musical interlude.
That's very good, actually, yeah.
Does Wargy get a spot in the initiative order? Question.
Only bring him in if you want him to be a target.
That's fair.
Yeah, just ask Mesmer.
Did Plame get one of those silvered weapons that we found?
No.
That's odd. He always struck me as a sword who would just kind of hoover up silver when he got near him.
Do not take me for a collector of cheap trinkets.
So there's always that moment when you have things planned and then the DM calls your name and you're like, wait, yes, no,
Just as a reminder, where exactly is Wargy?
He is back in one of those little cells at the front.
Whoa.
Now, if you hit...
that would be awesome.
Shots fired.
There's only one person at the table that loves that dog.
I don't think Plame could talk you out of that one.
Okay, maybe two, because the DM's smiling.
Yeah. So, Goblin, Hobgoblin, apologies. I get you guys confused all the time.
Rude.
Twice as big.
Twice as big.
I mean, it's pretty easy. I'm blue, he's green.
Okay, well, my intention was Fawin. My intention was Inara at the moment because she was coming near Fawin. So
Still can't get the names right.
He has no idea what character he's playing. No one knows. It is a mystery. Okay.
I might also take this time to mention Fawin's been messing up guidance.
Oh, well, now there's 4 members of the party. So out of that 7, 4 would have been fined under the rule. So
no, the that includes the 4 that were fine.
Oh, so it's 7 over and above.
7 over the limit. Like are we giving it out like
you were
candy.
you went over your limit 7 times.
It may have been 7 times.
Wow. Well, I think his skull was in the way; it was causing cover. So I've heard the house rule is that because she was aiming for its body, not its head.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love the image of Fawin cheerleading over there. That's going to be stuck in my head the rest of the
Aggressive. Be aggressive.
Oh no.
So your next character has to be a cheerleader bard.
No.
Yeah.
Does anybody have the mace?
I think you have the Morningstar and the mace.
Yeah.
I might.
You might
No,
have
no,
both.
he had the Morningstar and the hammer.
Oh, that's right.
But no, I have the hammer.
So who has the mace?
Maybe we left the mace in the box, and we were all
I
like,
think
"These
it
are
was the
suck."
goblin
I have the
with
mace
the
too.
mace in the
No,
kitchen.
I have the mace. Just to be sure, Boddy's going to throw up.
No, Inara's already done that.
No, come on. Sorry.
It's not going to help your wound. It's your poison.
What kind of disease did you pick up from those skeletons? No, throw up.
No,
with
you
the-
picked it up from Inara. It was infectious.
Yeah, infectious. Does Boddy notice that as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fawin saw the title, though.
Unfortunately for Fawin, it was in Goblin, so she can't read it.
Nice. It said black.
How to serve man.
Hi, this is your local Galarian GM. Just saying that we love making this podcast, and we, even more than that, love hearing from you, our listeners. I mean, because I hear from these chuckleheads every time we sit down at the table, but I don't ever hear from you. So put something on social media, on YouTube, wherever you listen to us. Give us some like, put some comments on there. Tell us what you like, what you hate, what you love, what you want more of or less of, which character I should pop off next. Just let me know. All right, I got to get back creating crazy situations for these poor guys. Later.